my weekly Friday episode where I get the opportunity to celebrate you as the fierce, intentional, resilient, and empowered woman that you are. Friday is the only day of the week named after a goddess. It is the day of the week that we can truly honor the divine feminine, and together as women we can tap into our feminine fire so that we can overcome our pain, our trauma, and disappointments so that we can maximize our potential so we can live a fierce and phenomenal life. Let's talk about sex and love. You know, most people think that sex and love are the same exact thing, but they're not. You can be involved in sex and love a person, but you can also be involved in sex and not be in love with that person. The sexual act is an opportunity to come together and having a relationship on a sexual basis with someone and having a passionate experience. But if there's no intimacy there and there's no commitment there, the relationship cannot really stand just on having a sexual experience. And on the other side, love is not a feeling. Love is a constant in the universe. It is something that just is. We all operate from a basis of love. What we get into is the euphoric action behind a feeling which we term love. And we get confused on intimacy, and we relate intimacy with sex. Intimacy is an opportunity to come together and share like experiences or share from our heart from an open space with another person and to feel supported and listened to. And the other person feels the same way. So there becomes a bond between the two people based on an energetic, emotional level where you're feeling connected to a person from a soul basis. That is intimacy. And intimacy has nothing to do with sex. Sex itself is an act of physical interaction. Sex can activate a lot of other emotions within us. The releasing of lots of different hormones in our system causes us to go into a euphoric state when we're having sex. And we get that euphoric state confused, thinking that that euphoric state is love. But sex and love are not the same thing. You having a sexual experience with a person does not always manifest itself into a relationship. And that's because it may not be based on you having the intimacy and the commitment pieces that are necessary in order to have the ideal relationship. And you may be getting caught up into the euphoric part of the sexual act, which causes you to feel like you are in love with a person. Love is a constant in the universe. You don't have feelings like those when it comes to your kids or your parents or your family members, even though you love them. It's not a feeling that's charged behind it. There's no feeling. What happens is sex can generate an opportunity for you to have a euphoric experience where you are now thinking that you are in love with someone, and because you haven't set a precedent together where you're having the passion, the commitment, and the intimacy pieces that you need in order for you to have the ideal relationship, you may be feeling that you are lost somewhere having a sexual experience with a person that is not committed to you, and that's because all three of those pieces are not there. I have helped countless women learn how to navigate the world of sex and love. And I'd like to share with you how you can find these feminine empowerment secrets too by just going to my private Facebook group at dare2befierce.com. That's dare2befierce.com, and that link will drop you right into my private Facebook group. Until next week for the next episode of Fierce Feminine Fridays, I look forward to talking to you then, and have an amazing, amazing weekend. Love and fire.